Today is July 2nd. It is 6:59 p.m. There were so many times I made I guess I planned out what I was gonna say, but today I actually making this for my grandmother. Her birthday's coming up, and I just want to wish her a happy birthday. I know she's probably not even gonna see this, but when people used to ask me who my hero was, I used to say her because she'd been through a lot and she did a lot on her own. She raised 7 kids by herself while working a full-time job, and most of the time she didn't even drive. She didn't even drive. She depended on my grandfather, and he walked out, and she did a lot on her own. And my mom picked up a lot of responsibility, to take care of my uncle. But yeah, I think when people would ask me who my hero was, I used to say her because she definitely is a person of inspiration. And I wish I could be more like her. I wish I would have started off more like her, putting that stuff first. And all the while doing this, working a full-time job, raising, 7 kids, and with dealing with anxiety and depression, and all that kind of stuff, because that runs deeply in our family. Anxiety, depression, mood swings, all those types of things. They all are like hardcore deep in our family. So I just wanted to make this for her. Happy birthday to her, and bless her abundantly. And like I said, when I think of anybody I could say that would be my hero, or that I could be more like, in a positive sense, though, not in the sense of, oh, I wish I had more anxiety or depression on top of the overload of everything else. But I'm just saying the part where her willpower and her hard work, on top of raising 7 kids, that's definitely an inspiration. And I wish I can go back in time. I wish I can go back in time and redo everything with all the knowledge I have now. So God bless her, bless everybody, bless my family. Currently working on myself. Today wasn't a good day. I don't know. I was doing really, really good the past couple days, and all of a sudden, I woke up this morning. I don't know. Maybe I drank too much coffee. Sometimes when I drink too much coffee, it gets me like real agitated and irritable. I don't know what happened, man. I've been doing really, really well. I've changed a lot, and not just things, not things that only I know about. Not even for like other people to notice and say, oh, look how much you changed, or oh, good job, pat on the back kind of stuff. It's things that I changed in me that only I know about, and God knows, and whatever angels and spirit guides are around me that are helping me. We all know secretly, that other people don't know. And I'm really glad for that. It's getting better and better. That dark side in me that I had all those years, it's becoming less and less of it taking over. Today it was for a few hours this morning, and then I was able to get rid of it. So I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of it altogether, and I'm learning that there are people that purposely trigger it because, I guess, for their own amusement or entertainment. They think it's funny, to get me all riled up, and because they know who I am, they know that something like that, certain things, certain triggers are gonna rile me up. And now I know that there are people who purposely do that, and those people, I have to limit my contact. I know God's got my back, and I'm grateful, for the things that people have done for me with good intentions. What I'm saying, with good intentions only, not to set me up to get me, to say, oh, well, this is definitely going to rile her up in the long run, eventually, so that I'm going to do this for her, so that I can use it as a tool to get her all upset and riled up. And now I see it. In hindsight, I see it. I should have went about things the other, different way, because, I trust people too much. I definitely trust people way too much. I try to see the good in people. I try to see the good in everybody. Even people I know, are just awful. I still try to see the good. And also, I know what it's like, not to be given a second chance, you know, and I don't want to do that to anybody. And I don't want to be the person to say, oh, there's no hope for her, for that person, you know, no matter how bad they hurt me, I still feel that there's some kind of hope for people, you know. I don't ever want to say that about anybody, that there's no hope. You know, and then the other thing too is, like, I was a huge hypocrite, you know. I would say things, and, you know, about people, about people being hypocrites, and then I'd be doing the same exact thing, you know, like the rumor mongering, the talking bad about people, just all kinds of stuff. A lot of stuff I was doing that I don't know. Something takes over me, like something took over me, and it was like that for years, decades, 17 years of it. And finally I was able to get it at least to the point where it only takes over a few hours out of the day at the most. And actually, it only happens about once a week now for a few hours, and then it's gone. It used to be 24/7, and you can tell when I'm aggravated and irritated. I'm using the F word every second of the day. You know, you can tell when I'm not me, when I'm not myself. You know, talking to myself. Well, sometimes I talk, you know, I'm saying I talk out loud anyway, but you know, when I'm saying fuck that, you know, I'm saying, using the F word, and you know, saying fuck that person, you know, you could tell when I'm not me. So I'm doing my best to get rid of that side. I don't want it anymore. I want nothing to do with it. I just want to be the best person I could be, and become what I was meant to become, and reach my full potential. That's what's important to me, because I know that I'm gonna be able to help people, heal people through my experiences. I mean, I've been through so much stuff. I think I mean, I shouldn't have made it. I'm telling you, I should not have made it this far. It's really a miracle, and I know because I've been told, in this spiritual sense, that I have a higher purpose. Because I'm always like, why did I make it this far? I don't understand. Why did I make it this far? People hate me. They judge me on my past. You know, they think things that aren't even true about me. You know, they think that, you know, all of me is bad, and it's not. There's just like that little part of me, you know, that is. And sometimes, yes, it does take over for a couple hours, but, you know, it's a battle within myself. You know, so it's like, don't punish the me. You know, when I'm that way, sure, but don't punish me, because I deserve another chance. I deserve a second chance. And you have no idea, all day long, pretty much all day and all night, all I'm doing is self-help, watching self-help things. You know, that's pretty much all I do. That's all I want to do, is become a better person for me and for others. So that's all I'm trying to do, pretty much. I'm not trying to nothing. I'm trying to become a better person, and, you know, I want to progress. I want to progress, because, you know, it's like I became accustomed to being, I guess, low vibration, you know, having nothing, getting used to having nothing, you know, the homeless life, or, you know, depending on others all the time and stuff like that, you know. And now it's time that I take things into my own hands. You know, I want to try to get a job. I'm trying my best. You know, it's just I'm having a lot of trouble. I don't know if it's because of COVID. I don't know what it is. But, you know, I am trying with that, and find other things I can do, you know, because I want to be able to do things for my kids. I want to be able to do things for myself. I want to be able to have nice things, you know. It's like, it's time, you know, all these years I've been, like, so suppressed, and it's like, it's finally, it's time for things to start getting better, you know. And as long as I do the right thing, there are things that I've done that nobody even knows about, that, you know, I had the choice to do the wrong thing. The old me would have done the wrong thing, and instead I chose to do the right thing, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, if I don't, then I'm gonna beat myself up about it. I'm gonna say, oh God, you know, things are not gonna happen for me because I didn't choose the right choice for that, you know, or I did this, I did that, you know, and I know it. So, I don't know, that's all I wanted to share. Happy birthday to my grandmother. It's July 4th. Like I said, she's an inspiration to me. She definitely is, and whether she knows it or not, you know, we don't talk that much, because we live kind of far away, and I don't get to see them much anymore, but, really at all. but definitely an inspiration. And also my sister too. She worked really hard for the things that she has, and did the right thing and stayed in school and studied. And we don't really talk that much now, but she's another one that's an inspiration to me, because she could have, completely went the crappy way, the way I did. And she chose to, stay and study and, go through school and do all those types of things. So she's another one that's an inspiration to me. There are people that are just, that deserve props, and they definitely deserve props. And, yep. That's all I wanted to say. And also, there is a spirit in this, in my apartment. I'm just saying right now. I know people are gonna say I'm crazy, that it's my mental health, because, these past couple months I've been going through some kind of, I believe, like they say in NA, a spiritual awakening. I believe that's exactly what it was, because it really felt like I was like in some kind of sleep for the past, my whole life pretty much. Like I didn't realize so much that was really going on behind the scenes. Like I had no freaking clue. I was clueless about it. It's really amazing. And I'm starting to see things for what they really are and figure things out. And, I mean, it hurts. A lot of things hurt, but I'm grateful for it, because I would have never progressed. I would have just accepted, oh, my mental health is so bad, I'll never become anything. I'll just have to depend on this and that for the rest of my life. I'm never gonna progress, and this is, I just accept my life the way it is, and it's not that way. There's a lot more out there, for me and for other people, anybody else that feels that way, that feels, oh, this is the best it's gonna get, and depending on this and that to take care of me is the way, is the only way it'll be, and the only way it'll go. Don't believe it. It's a lie. It's a lie. There's hope for everybody. There's hope for everybody. You have to find out what the problem is, what the core issue is, and a lot of it stems from childhood. A lot of it stems from, things that happen in childhood that you have not gotten over, that you have not forgotten, that you have not forgiven, and you have to work on it. I'm still working on it, and I'm choosing to forgive. I'm choosing to forgive a lot of stuff. And, a lot of the people don't even know that I realize and that I know everything now, because I don't say anything, but I know everything, and I forgive and I forget, I forgive and forget. And, there's certain people that are toxic. I have to limit my contact with them, because like I said, they purposely will trigger me. They'll purposely do things to see me go nuts and ballistic. And then, and then at the end of the day, it's, oh, look what a piece of shit she is. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not falling for it anymore. I'm not falling for it anymore. I see how it is now. And I'm not gonna let it happen anymore. I'm giving everything to God, because I know He's got my back, and I know as long as I make the right choices and do the right thing, and stay clean and just do the best I can, and He knows it, and I know it in my heart, I know everything's gonna be okay. And even those people, I'm saying, that do things like that, I just, God bless them, and I ask God to please heal them, because that's what it is. Everybody, to me, there are people who naturally are like that. There are people who naturally just have that jealous thing that they enjoy watching people suffer. It's fun for them. There are people who are naturally like that. And those people need healing, absolutely need healing. And, it's up to people like me, people like a lot. There's a certain type of people out there that have the power to, let the light take over and become healers and help others. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get rid of that dark side, because it's becoming less and less every day. Now, like I said, it's only a couple hours, maybe once a week. It takes over when I'm triggered. But now that I know certain triggers, I will avoid that and avoid certain people, that purposely trigger it. But yes, there are certain people, and some people do things like that because they're hurt. They're hurting, man. There's people out there hurting in this world, and it's up to, a certain type of person, or a certain type of people, I should say, to create awareness and to help heal others, and give them hope, man. There is hope. If you are, depressed or is full of anxiety and paranoia, and you've been told by every doctor that, oh, you're schizophrenic, oh, you're this or that, you know what I'm saying, and you're just feeling like you'll never reach any kind of higher potential, or you'll never progress, that is a lie. That is a lie from the devil. I'm telling you right now. Don't believe it. There is hope. If there's hope for me, I never thought I would at least get to this point to where, there was actually hope of becoming a higher vibration, or becoming more than what I was. If there's hope for me, there's hope for anybody and everybody. There really is. So believe in yourself. Don't believe the lies. Take whatever is said to you as a grain of salt. Review any advice given. Review it. Research it. Any medication given for mental health, review it. Look at the side effects, because some of these side effects, I'm telling you right now, they can make you 10 times worse. So that's really important. Always review side effects of medication, and discuss it with your doctor, and always give appreciation to people you work with, because, sometimes, or people that work with you, because sometimes, they need to feel some appreciation too. And also, sometimes, we may not feel appreciation because we don't get any kind of validation from anybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't get anybody, not one person, to say, I really see the change in you, good job. When you're surrounded by people who, just, I can't explain it. Sometimes you're surrounded by people who, just don't give a shit. Just don't care, and don't see things that way. Don't see it as, I want to heal, I want to help, I want to help lift people's spirits. There are a lot of people that don't feel that way, that feel the opposite way, that it's better to put a person down and tear them apart. It's I think we should really fight that. We should really fight against that, because that's not the way to go. When you see somebody changing and doing a good job and trying their best, you give them props for it. And anybody out there who, was a hardcore drug addict, who, been through the ringer with it and done awful things, that's, trying to change your life now, I give you props. Keep fighting the good fight, keep working for it. There's going to be a day that you're going to look back and you're going to be so freaking grateful that the nonsense was stopped. Addiction takes over. Don't get me wrong, man. It takes over hardcore. I was so in it, man. I used to tell myself, when I die, I'm going to die with a needle in my arm. That's exactly what I used to say. And that's a lie, man. That is a lie. So just try any negative thoughts, of self-doubt and about anything. Just try to replace it with a positive. Be grateful for what you have, and be positive, no matter what. Just try, after thinking a ton of negative thoughts, say, you know what, screw that. I'm not going to believe that. It's a lie. That's all a lie from the enemy. That's a lie from the dark side, and say, I'm grateful for, you can name at least one thing you're grateful for, even if it's the pair of pants you're wearing, I'm grateful for that. Be grateful, and just try to replace it with a positive. Think of some happy memories you have, or, because I don't know what people are going through in their life right now, but, think of a happy memory, or your children or something. There's something to be grateful for. No matter what, there's always something to be grateful for. And I know when those negative thoughts hit, man, you see the world a different way, you really do. And that's why it's important to say to those voices that are, or those thoughts that are being fed to you, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I know you're bullshitting me. I am so grateful for having housing. I am so grateful for the people that work with me that to try to help me. I am so grateful for the couch I'm sitting on. I am so grateful for, whatever it is, family. I'm so grateful for my children, that they're healthy and they're doing okay. You just got to try to be really grateful and redirect the thoughts. Try to redirect the thoughts. I know it's hard. Like today, it was very hard for me. To inside my head, I had a fit, pretty much. Because when you're out in public, you can't sit there and have a fit. But and the paranoid thoughts sometimes. Thinking like all kinds of crazy things. It's really, really hard. But when that's happening, you kind of just got to say, God, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. And if you don't believe in God, but the universe, Mother Earth, somebody created us. We came from something, and there is a light side. There are angels and there are demons, definitely. And you just have to know that it's the light that wants to take over. And that's what's important. So even if you don't believe in that, you could say, spirits of the light, whatever, please take this from me. Take this anger from me. Take this aggravation from me. Please take this situation I'm in that I don't know how to deal with. Just take it from me. That's all you do. You just ask a higher being to take it from you. And they will. They will, because they did it for me. So, happy birthday to my grandma. It's July 4th, is when her birthday is. And I just, I don't know. That's all I wanted to say. People can know, I don't even care. I'm not even putting this out there really for any kind of, even anybody to watch it. I'm just putting out there because, it feels good to kind of get things off of my chest that I want to say. It's healing for me, and I hope, maybe it is helpful to somebody else. I hope it is, what I'm saying. I really do. That's what I'm here for. I know I was put here for that. And I'm slowly, I'm still a scholar. I got a lot to learn still. A lot to learn. A lot of behaviors I have to get under wraps still. I'm nowhere near healed completely or perfect or anything like that. I still have a lot of fight that I have to fight. There's a lot that has to be done. A lot of work that has to be done. And I'm going to continue to work on it. And I'm not going to stop until I reach my full potential, of where I'm supposed to be. That's what was meant for me. So God bless everybody, because there are people who don't really believe in, God. And that's fine. That's another thing too I wanted to say real quick. There is no right religion. There is no right religion, because it's what you absorb from it and how you behave and how you act. It's not about the religion, it's about the person. It's about what's really in their heart. What are you absorbing from that, from what you have learned, and my beliefs have changed too a lot. I used to be a Christian. That's how I was raised, and I'm learning a lot about that. I'm learning that just because somebody claims they're a Christian and they know the Bible cover to cover doesn't mean that they're good people. I hate to say that, because like I said, I don't want to say that I don't want to do that to anybody. I don't want to say that about anybody. But just because that's said, make sure you investigate before you just go and trust the person. When they say they're a Christian, just make sure you investigate. But like I said, there's no right religion. It's what you absorb from it, and it's what you want out of it, and it's the power in it that you get from it, and how you use it. That's what's important to me. It's not about what religion is right, because we have some kind of creator, and we have spirits around us that are trying to guide us all the time, and then there are bad ones too, and we have to take that good part and let that take over completely. Let that good part take over completely, so we can make the world a better place. I'm just one, person in this world that, is pretty much a nobody. I'm pretty much a nobody. I keep to myself. I really don't have, I have no friends right now. I just got out of a really bad relationship a couple months ago. I wouldn't even consider it a relationship. It was a joke anyway, but, And I'm just one little person, just trying to climb my way up. And anybody else in that situation, I just want to tell you there's hope. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe when a person tells you, or says things to trigger you, or tells you, oh, you're never going to make it, or oh, you need help, or sits there and harps on you and tells you every mistake you've ever made, and, rehashes and rehashes and rehashes. You cut those people right off. People like that, cut them right off. Cut them off and just stop having contact with them. There's only a certain amount of garbage a person can take. So just cut people like that off. Investigate, don't take people's words for it. Um, and just take all the good things that you've done and all the good changes that you're making and make a big deal out of it. Celebrate that, because there are people, especially when you're in the midst of the addiction and stuff like that, where you are going hard, man. You're just making mistake after mistake after mistake, and big ones, big ones, big ones that you yourself are gonna beat yourself up about later on, So when you are making little changes, write those little changes down and look at them, or keep them in mind and think about them when you're having a bad day and say, I look at that. I never was like that before. And I have changed. Look at the little changes that you make when nobody's looking. Say, I'm not even doing it for validation from other people, because I was that type of person that, not that I did things for that, but I wanted that. That was the only way I felt good about myself or about what I was doing, was if other people acknowledged it. And that's not, no, that's not the way it's supposed to be. You have to love yourself and realize yourself that you're changing and you're doing better. And that's a hard one. That's a really hard one. When you had it like embedded in your head that you're worthless, that you're no good, that you're ugly, that you're fat, that you're disgusting, that you're this and that. When you had it so embedded and ingrained, and that you're stupid, and all these awful things that were just beaten into you for such a long time, it's hard to get out of that. And it creates that dark side. When you're surrounded by it and it's embedded in you, that's what creates that dark side. But it's possible. It's possible to get out of it, to break out of it. You just gotta rewire your thinking. You gotta rewire it. So I wish everybody the best, and if there's anybody I can help, you know, then I'm happy. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't want any negative feedback, any negative comments, because I am trying my best. I don't want any kind of discouragement upon me or other people. When people are trying their best and they came from the straight up gutter, and are really trying to change. That should be acknowledged, and when the light is trying to take over the dark, like I'm full-fledged admitting that I have a dark side to me that just, man, it used to be 24/7, like I said, all the time like that. And now it's probably, like I said, it's once a week, maybe a couple hours, when it's triggered. So I'm trying to get rid of that, because the best part of me, the bigger part of me, I am absolutely a lover. Even people who are nasty to me and treat me like crap, I'm saying, I still wish good upon them. I do, and I wish healing, because, people who are nasty and put others down and stuff like that, they need healing. They need healing more than anything. So, like I said, don't believe the lies. There is a higher purpose for people. There is a higher purpose for us. And we really need to just stick together and help each other, give each other a hand. So, blessings to all, and happy birthday, Grandma, and namaste.